first thing we're going to look at is the distance, how to find the distance from a point to a line. But you are correct in the sense that to look for the distance between a point and a line, given that a line is a set of infinite points, right? Collinear, infinite number of collinear points, you can't find infinite distances, right? So you have to find the shortest distance between the point and the line. And if a line is here and the point is here, which one do you think is the shortest distance? The perpendicular distance, you're right. From here to here, it being perpendicular. So, what we have to find is a point here, because what you said is correct, Michelle. The only way to find the distance is we have 2 points. So, if I have a line that is y equals mx plus b, and I have a point that is x1, y1, I'm going to have to find 2 things. First thing, I'm going to have to find the equation of a line that goes through this point. Why? Because that line has a perpendicular slope to this one, which means that this slope is perpendicular to this slope, right? Remember when lines are perpendicular, they have a slope that is the negative reciprocal? So I have to find this point right here. And how do I find that point if I have the equation of the line? You find the intersection of the 2 lines. You solve, right? So let's do one so that makes sense. Is it understood why it has to be the perpendicular one? There's 2 reasons why it has to be the perpendicular one. One, so that you can use this relation that m times m perpendicular is -1, right? If they're not perpendicular, you can't do that. And if you have parallels, for example, you can have the same slope, but then you don't have intersecting points. And we need the point so that we can find the distance, okay? So, find the distance, this is the example. Find the distance between -3, 5 and the line, okay? So, first, we have to find the line that goes, through this point. How do we find the line that goes through this point? With what? With this point, you are correct. So we've got 5 equals -3 with what slope?
With the reciprocal.
With the reciprocal of this one, with the negative reciprocal. So this one, m would be 1/2, right? So negative reciprocal would be -2. So that's the one we use here. -2, -3, plus b. All we're missing is b. So we have 5 equals 6 plus b. B equals -1. So y equals -2x -1. Okay, so now I have 2 equations. I have this one and I have this one. Now what? They give themselves Eskimo kisses. What do they do? What do you find instead? You find the intersection, which is what I assume this means. You find the intersection between these 2, right? So you put that, in other words, you solve for x and y to find what? To find this point. Okay? So, if y equals this and y equals that, I'm just going to equal them to each other. So 1/2 of x plus 1 equals minus 2x minus 1. And that would be minus 1 minus 1. 1/2, 5/2 of x equals minus 2. X equals minus 4/5. Okay? That's the first one. And how much is the y? Well, you substitute here. Y equals minus 2 times minus 4/5 minus 1. 8/5 minus 5/5. I just changed the 1 to 5/5 so we can go faster. Y equals 3/5. So I now have my point, which is minus 4/5, 3/5. Okay? What do I do with that point now?
In the distance formula?
You use the distance formula. Perfect. And now I use the distance formula. Because I have 2 points. What 2 points? I have minus 3,5 and minus 4/5 over 3/5. Correct me if I make a mistake in the numbers. I'm more interested in the how to get there, but I think we're correct. So the distance formula is what? Remember this one? Does it matter which was which? Nah, not in this case. Because it's squared, so it doesn't matter. The distance would be minus 4/5 plus 3 squared plus 3/5 minus 5 squared. And you can find it there. Okay? Questions? No, we're good. Fairly simple, right? So that's the end of part A.